What's going on, guys? A couple years ago, I tried trading for every first round pick in NHL 18. Unfortunately, fell a little bit short. I think we got 25 of 31 first round picks using the Buffalo Sabres. Now, I'm pretty sure I just randomly chose them. This time, I'm going to try and get every single first round pick. So to help me out, I'm going to use the Tampa Bay Lightning, the highest rated team in the NHL, 90 overall there. I think the next highest is actually the Nashville Predators at 88. Also, I can't remember what the trade difficulty was on, if it was on easy or medium, but for this one, it will be on easy. Also, we have to turn the salary cap off for this, otherwise it just would not be possible, because we're going to have, like, no players left on the team. We're going to be trading away pretty much the whole roster, NHL, AHL, all the future picks, just to try and get those first round picks in this draft. Also, too, if we're actually able to get every single first round pick, I'm going to do my best to just try and get as many picks as possible in the 2020 draft, so let's get started. So here we go, guys. Starting off with the Anaheim Ducks, obviously. I'm going to just try and work my way through alphabetically. Hopefully get every single team's first round pick. As you can see here, Tampa Bay actually already starts out with 2. After the JT Miller trade, they have the Canucks first round pick. So not only the highest rated team with a ton of players with awesome trade value, actually started with 2 first round picks. So I feel like if we were ever going to get every single pick, like, this is the team to do it with. Like I was saying, Kucherov and Hedman, their max value. Could probably get multiple picks for them, or just good players with a pick we can then flip. Braden Point's pretty close, same with Stammer, Sergachev even. McDonough's is really high too. Johnson, Shattenkirk probably can get like a 1-for-1 done. Gord, the Foot Brothers, Kachuk, Radish, like they're all pretty close. And again, we can trade future first round picks as well, just probably 1-for-1 for other first round picks. So I think we should be able to make this happen. Anaheim's first round pick isn't worth too much. I'm thinking honestly, where was he? Tyler Johnson, they want him. I feel like, honestly, we could actually get back, like, a second-round pick from Anaheim with Tyler Johnson, and then we can, like, flip that second-round pick if we need to, so we'll try that. And again, it's going through. Trade drips can be on easy, I think, is definitely going to make this a little bit easier for us. So Arizona's up next here. First-round pick looks to have about the same amount of value. And next year, guys, for Arizona, I'm offering up Andre Palat and Taylor Radish for their first and second, as well as Richardson, who's on the block. Hopefully makes the trade go through. They're actually at the max contracts. See what the Arizona Coyotes say here. Trade rejected. I mean, right there, it's still not bad. We'll try this instead, just to get the first round pick. And trade is accepted, so there we go. And next year, guys, trying something different with the Boston Bruins, offering them Coburn for their first round pick and Backus. The value is way on their side, but basically they're paying us the first round pick to take Backus. Coburn's okay, but first round pick definitely has more value. So a couple years ago when we did this video, the AI logic really wasn't built in terms of like trading away the bad contracts. We'll see here if they accept this or not. And there we go, trade's accepted. So there's a few other teams we can actually do this with, which will definitely help us out. Right now I'm trying to trade for Buffalo's first round pick, but it's pretty tough as it has a decent amount of value as they're considered a builder. So I'm just going to pass them for now, go back once we kind of have a better idea of the players we're going to have. So Calgary's first round pick here should be pretty easy. Obviously, I'm just going to combine it here with Milan Lucic, similar to what we did with Backus. I think he also just got downgraded and 4 years left at $5.2 million. If we're taking on Lucic's contract, they want David Backus? There's no way this would go through. We might as well try it. Trade rejected. No, okay. Let's try trading them. Honestly, like, I feel a low-end prospect should get it done. Maybe even a pick, but let's see. Somebody, Matthew Joseph, honestly, I think is just too good even for this. Verhaeghe, that's the kind of guy I'm honestly thinking with the first and Lucic. See what they say. Trade's accepted. So, yeah. I feel like we can definitely take advantage of a few teams like that. And next, you guys are the Carolina Hurricanes, who actually have 2 first-round picks. They got 1 from the Patrick Marleau trade, the Maple Leafs. So I'm actually going to try and get all 5 of their top picks in this year's draft. The 2 first, their second, Buffalo's third, and their third, in exchange for Ryan McDonagh. The value is pretty equal there, even a bit on our side. So if we get this through, obviously we're getting 2 firsts. We can possibly keep those picks, try and get as many picks as possible in the 2020 draft. Or if we need to, we can use those for some future trades. But I feel like this should go through. And it does, so that's huge. And next, you guys are trying to trade for the Blackhawks pick, which I notice is on the block, offering them Boris Kachuk. We'll see what they say. The value is pretty equal. Trade's accepted. That was pretty easy. And next year, guys, we're trying to make a trade with Colorado for their first round pick. Also want to get back their second round pick next year, which is on the block, offering them the Foot Brothers. I figured this was kind of cool. Obviously, trading them to Colorado, the team their dad played for. Wanted to keep them together, and the first round pick alone, I feel like Colorado's winning that trade. So hopefully they'll do the first and the second here. See what they say. And trade's accepted. There we go. So it's pretty cool to have both brothers playing for Colorado now. And next year, guys, we're taking a huge trade with the Columbus Blue Jackets for their first round pick, offering up Andrei Vasilevskiy. So pretty good replacement for Bobrovsky. Columbus gets another Russian goalie here. And I feel like because they're a rebuilder, again, their first round pick is worth a bit more, tougher to trade for. But I'm also asking for Ryan Murray back here. Now, he might be like the difference maker here. Might have to lower him to a different player, but Vasilevsky definitely has more value than just the first round pick. Now, because we're doing it on the first day, the rebuilder teams definitely, it's still easy to trade for these first round picks than say at the deadline when it'd be basically Vasilevsky for the first rounder, 1-for-1 if we're trading with the team last in the league. So we'll see what the Blue Jackets say here. Trades rejected. Okay, so I thought Murray might be a bit too much. I think below him slightly is Wenberg, so we'll probably just keep lowering it and lowering it until we get somebody decent back with the first round pick. I noticed they had Savard on the block, but I feel like he is just not enough here. Atkinson's quite a bit lower. We could definitely probably flip Atkinson on his own for a first. Unfortunately, we're not going to be getting Atkinson. Alright, so a first round pick in Nyquist for Vasilevsky. Honestly, I wouldn't even do this trade, but they need a goalie, so we'll see what they say. I can't believe they say no to that. Alright, so you know what? I'm going to take Savard, but I also want a third rounder next year. They better say yes to this one. Wow, their first rounder, they're saying is that good. We're gonna have to pay a Vasilevsky for a first round pick. I can't believe that. Next year, guys, I feel like I'm offering Dallas a great trade, but we'll see if they say yes. 2025 first rounder. By that time, that might be bad. Right now, they're a contender, so their 2021 is on the block. Should be a late pick. And I'm taking back Hansel's bad contract. Honestly, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I feel like I should be getting more from this. So we'll try and add a second, and then if not, we'll take it off. This has to go through, I think. There we go. Alright, guys, right now I'm trying to make a huge trade with Detroit, which honestly I feel isn't a terrible trade. I wouldn't do it if I was the Red Wings, but Sergachev here for their first round pick and Mantha. The first rounder, good chance to be Lafreniere this year, and I'm really high on Mantha, but in this game, because he's older, his value there is about like half of, say, Larkin's, and then Sergachev being his age, 84 overall, his value is pretty insane. Detroit could use a defenseman. He played for the Spitfires. I think they'll say yes to this trade. Trade rejected, wow. Honestly, I kind of think like we're pretty close, so I'm going to try adding the Avs second round pick in 2021. See if they say yes now. And there we go. So I feel like that's a pretty decent trade for both teams. Alright, guys, so next here we're making a trade with the Edmonton Oilers. I feel like we're doing Connor McDavid a huge favor, offering up Yanni Gourde, who's a solid scoring winger. He can either play on that top line with him and Draisaitl or help out that second line with Nugent Neal. Taking back their first round pick, obviously, and Brandon Manning. I think the value is slightly on the Oilers side, but they should say yes to this one. And they do. There we go. And next year, guys, trying to make a trade with the Florida Panthers for their first round pick, which is actually on the block, offering up Killorn and Maroon, so a couple decent like middle six wingers there, and a 7th rounder in 2025, as it looked a little short, so hopefully that'll be the extra bit. Make sure this goes through. Trade rejected. Okay, so maybe we should have made it like a 5th rounder. Let's add the 5th and the 6th there, 2025. And there we go. And next year, guys, we're trying to flip Mantha to the LA Kings for their first round pick and Martinez. Again, they're rebuilders, so their first round pick's worth quite a bit more. We'll see what they say here. Trades rejected. I thought it might be. Luckily, there's actually a lot of guys kind of a little bit less value than Martinez, or those guys kind of have all the same. Maybe Kaliev there. We could definitely, I think, use a later trade. Trade rejected still. Like this, the Mantha has more value, but I guess they don't want to trade the first, but it's on easy. I want to try and at least get something. Kovalchuk? Let's try this. Alright, let's just do Mantha for a first. Wow, and they say no. That's surprising. Gonna try sweeten the deal here by adding Jan Ruda. Give it a little bit more defensive depth. And there we go, they say yes. And next up, guys, we have the Minnesota Wild offering them Bray Bollet and Allenfelt here, prospect goalie. They want both for their first rounder. They're considered hopeful, so shouldn't be too hard to get. We'll see what they say. The value's a bit on our side. Trades rejected. Honestly, I think if we add a 2nd or 3rd rounder, they should say yes. So gonna try adding a 3rd rounder in 2021. If they say no, we'll up it to a 2nd. 3rd rounder was enough. And next year, guys, I am making a huge trade-off with the Montreal Canadiens, offering them Stamkos for their first rounder, who's on the block, and Cole Caulfield, who's also on the block. I feel like it's too good an opportunity to pass up, as we have to trade those guys eventually. If we can get back Caulfield, who's worth multiple first-round picks, I'm thinking maybe try and use him for the Ottawa first rounder. Might as well take advantage. So we'll see if they say yes to this. They finally get their first-line center. I think it's a pretty decent trade for them. Trade is rejected. We do have Braden Point, who I think has a bit more value just because he is younger. And it's pretty much an identical trade on our end, so we'll see what they say now. Wow, I can't believe they're actually saying no to that. We could add something small. Matthew Joseph with Braden Point. There we go. And next, you guys are the Nashville Predators. So I'm thinking similar to the trade we made with Dallas. Their status is champion. Their first round is going to be a late first. Why not flip it for the 2024 first, where maybe they're bad? Obviously, it'd help them out more. So values pretty equal. See what they say. Trade's accepted. Alright guys, we're going to try and flip Cole Caulfield here to the Devils for their first, and we'll Butcher. I feel like Butcher alone could probably get us one more first round pick from a decent team. See what they say. Trade's rejected. Honestly, I feel like that's pretty fair. They mustn't be too confident themselves. Sammy Vatanen there is on the block. Let's try this one instead. Still rejected. Okay, I mean, I'll throw in like third or second round pick, and maybe they'll say yes. We're going to do a third and fourth here in 2022. There we go. The Islanders are considered a rebuilding team, even though they're one of the best teams in the NHL right now. They want Shattenkirk. They could actually probably use a good puck-moving defenseman. So I'm adding him with a second-round pick 2021. Try and get their first rounder, which obviously is worth a bit more being a rebuilder. Values are pretty good on our side. We'll see what they say. Trade is rejected. We'll see if there may be a couple prospects they want. All right, so they also want Sammy Vatanen, who we just traded for. So I'm going to offer them Shattenkirk and Vatanen. If this doesn't work, I'll add the second-round pick back. Wow, so I guess Lamoriello here, he's driving a hard bargain. I just added the second round pick back. We'll see what they say. And there we go. That was quite a lot, though. So next up, guys, we have the New York Rangers. We're going to try something a bit different here, offering them 3 second rounders. They really weren't interested in much of what we had, so hopefully this gets the first rounder for them. And it actually did. There we go. And next, you guys, we have the Ottawa Senators, who I totally forgot also have the Sharks pick from the Carlson trade, so their pick's worth quite a bit, not only being a rebuilder, but also I think the lowest rated team in the game. They probably realize that. So I think their first round pick has the most trade value of any team. And of course, we're trying to get the Sharks first round pick as well. So it's going to take one of the big 3 now. We've been holding on to them this whole time. Kucherov, Hedman, Stamkos. I think Point actually had a bit more value than Stammer. So we'll try Stammer first, just to hold on to the guys a bit more. If he doesn't work though, it'll be either Kucherov or Hedman. Stammer, 2 first round picks. They say no. Who does Ottawa need more? I'm trying to actually like be nice here. I mean, Kucherov's franchise potentially probably has the most value. So we'll try Hedman here. See what they say. They get another elite Swedish defenseman back in Ottawa. Trade's rejected. Giving me the speech about we have a trade block. I'm offering you arguably the best D-man in the league. Nikita Kucherov for 2 first round picks. Come on. Wow. They do want Cirelli, but I feel like we don't really need to give up Cirelli because, yeah, there's other stuff they want. Paquette, Murkowski. Let's do that with Kucherov. Never mind, we'll do Paquette. Totally forgot too, they have a couple of bad contracts on this team, Gabrick and Ryan. Now, it seems like if they're at least 80, they're less likely to like pay you to take them, but Gabrick 75. I feel like just adding him with Paquette there, this trade, like it's a cap dump and you're getting Kucherov. How do they say no here? Okay, I was gonna say, like, you gotta be kidding me. So next year, guys, are the Flyers. For some reason, they're not interested in either Stammer or Hedman, so I'm gonna offer them up a first rounder in 2023 with a 3rd round pick. I feel like they probably take this because they think they're a decent team this year. And they do take it. There you go. And next year, guys, are the Penguins. We're offering up Anthony Cirelli. I think he's the only player left on the team other than Stamkos and Hedman. That's an NHL player we haven't traded away. And a 2nd rounder there in 2025. I feel like Penguins know their window's closing, so they're probably willing to do this. And there we go. And next year, guys, trying to trade for the St. Louis Blues first round pick, which actually doesn't have that much value. So I'm offering our 2022 first rounder and trying to get Kyrou back as well, which would be awesome because we could definitely flip him for a first or him in a mid pick for a first. See what they say. Trade rejected. Okay, so I feel like it's honestly pretty close here, and I notice there's some just kind of average players they want. So we'll add Smith, Wachowski there. See if this gets to go through. There we go. And like I already mentioned, guys, Toronto traded their first round pick with Patrick Marleau to the Hurricanes. Canucks traded their first round pick to us for JT Miller. So Vegas here is the next team. We still have to go back and do Buffalo, whose first round pick was pretty tough to get. Probably going to take Hedman or Stamkos. Vegas here, not on the block, but decent amount of value. Honestly, I'm thinking we might trade our last first round pick that's not in this year. I feel like should get it done. And apparently our pick has a lot more value still, so going to try and get 2 second rounders back from them with this, which they rejected. Kind of figured that. Let's try just taking 1 second rounder back. There we go. So we only have 3 more first round picks to get. Washington's first rounder, Winnipeg's first rounder, and Buffalo's first rounder. Now, we've traded away all of our future first round picks, but we still have a few second rounders in this year's draft, as well as some other mid picks. And of course, we have Hedman and Stamkos, and even Kyrou. I actually totally forgot we just got. So there's a way we can definitely do this. I'm wondering if we can do it and still hold on to one of those 2, because I think that'd be even better. And look at this, guys. Washington actually wants Kyrou, and his value is pretty much equal to their first rounders. So we'll see if we can flip him right here immediately to Washington. And there we go. So that worked out really well. I'm thinking, too, for this next trade, I'm going to do Winnipeg a favor here. I feel bad just losing all of their defensemen all year. So I think we'll flip Hedman to them, try and get back somebody else with that first round pick with Hedman to then flip for the Buffalo first round pick, at which point we'd actually still have Stamkos on the team. Our captain wouldn't have to lose him. So Hedman's got max value. Like, honestly, I think we could probably get Vesalainen, we could definitely get back. He's on the block. I was going to go for Kyle Connors, say, but we're going to trade this for Buffalo's pick anyways. So I think Vesalainen and a first there for Hedman. They should say yes to this. It's a really good trade for them, honestly. And yeah, I was going to say, how do they say no? So after that, I believe all we need is Buffalo's first rounder. And Vesalainen has more value, so could even get back, I don't know, a second round pick in this year's draft. Probably actually more than that, to be honest. Let's see here. So Vesalainen, they want this guy too. We don't really need him. Let's see what else we can get from Buffalo. First rounder, second rounder. Again, I was saying how I want to try and get as many picks as possible in this draft. Let's see. Do that. 7th rounders, who cares? And maybe give us, like, I don't know, Tage Thompson as well. I think they still say yes to this. Maybe not. Just give us all those picks. And there we go. Like I was saying, guys, if my math's correct, we should have all 31 picks in the first round of the 2020 draft. Let's go check right now. So there's all the rebuilding teams. You can see we got, what was that? 6 there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. We have every first round pick. So we get Lafreniere, Byfield, Raymond, Holtz. We get Perfetti. We get everybody. We also have 5 second round picks just in case we miss somebody. And we'll probably have the first pick in the second round. I don't know how our team doesn't finish last. We've also got 3/3 there, 3/4, a 5th, a couple 6th, and a 7th. I was wondering if like it would be possible to trade for every pick in the first round of the draft, but I feel like starting off with a default NHL team, it wouldn't be possible. You'd have to like go through franchise, build a dynasty team where like your entire AHL team is studs you can trade away. That way you have like 40 players you can trade away, opposed to just 20. I think it's really cool too. We're actually able to do this while holding on to Stamkos, because alone Stamkos is worth at least a couple more first round picks. So that is pretty awesome. I think now I'm going to take a look at this team because it's not going to be pretty. So no surprise here, guys. After making all those trades, team status is now rebuilder. I wanted to show you what the lines are looking like, because if this team doesn't finish last, whatever team we do better than should be embarrassed. So first line here isn't terrible. We have Corey Conacher, Steven Stamkos, and Marian Gaborik. Now Conacher was actually playing on Tampa's top line with Stamkos, and I think Johnson, I forget who exactly, like 5 years ago when he ended up getting traded for Bishop, because he looked like a pretty legitimate NHLer at the time. And then Gaborik, maybe, if he's healthy in this, can somehow, you know, get back to his old self playing with Stammer. Then we got the kind of veteran line here, back as Richardson and Hansel, Martel, Stevens, Volkov on the 3rd, and then Jan, Mueller, and Lucic there buried on the 4th line. Defense, we got Brandon Manning and Cernak on the top pair, Shen, Masson, Gauntz, Thomas on the bottom pair. Goalies isn't terrible, Condon's the starter, and McElhinney there backing him up. So, like I was saying, if this team does better than any actual NHL team, that'd be hilarious. Like, I don't see it happening, but who knows? Stamkos could just go off. They're just going to rely on him heavily, playing 30 minutes a night. Curious, too, to see like what the ratings for this team are. So, not great. 74 offense, 74 defense, and 79 goaltending. So, like I was saying, we're just going to sim here, see how the team does. Obviously, go to the draft. I'm hoping it doesn't, like glitch out because we have every first round pick and like we just have too many. We'll see what happens. And check this out, guys. Just got an offer from the Islanders. Want to give us a 3rd and 5th rounder in 2021 along with Matt Martin for our 3rd round pick this year. I feel like we got to say yes. I don't know if you guys followed the least at all when Matt Martin was on the team, but all the young guys loved him. Matthews, Marner. So I feel like with an entire first round draft class coming in, he could be like the team dad and hopefully, you know, keep their spirits up. So the regular season just ended, guys. We finished last in the division. No surprise there. 28, 48, and 6 was our final record. I think, though, I saw we finished 1 point below Detroit. So, I mean, that's pretty bad for my favorite team. Stammer there, 76 points, 82 games. So still had almost a point per game playing with 275s. Like, that's pretty impressive. I'm curious if anyone else on our team even got 50 points. Richardson was actually one shy, 49. Conacher, 48. Gaborik 47, so a few guys were pretty close. I noticed like 30 games in, Conacher still didn't have a goal. He had like 30 assists though, or probably 13 assists that would have been. Backus 38. So I mean, these guys got some ice time. They played decent. I wonder how the goaltending did. Compton, not a great record. McElhinney there a bit better, .917, 3.05. Seems like for whatever reason the backup just always does better. So take a look at the scoring leaders here. Kuznetsov, 106. Wow. Ovechkin, 102. McDavid, Backstrom. I was curious if like maybe Kucherov would not have been there because he was on Ottawa, not playing with as good of players, and looks to be the case all the way down at, I don't even know what that is, like number 20. And now we know Detroit finished 1 point ahead of us, but I am curious if there's any other teams we possibly beat out here. Like, I'm looking like Winnipeg, we traded Hedman to, they did really well, 6th place. I'm wondering like how much our trades would actually impact the teams, we made those trades with. Looks to be more or less normal. And yeah, we did get last. I figured Detroit's probably our best bet, and we were 1 point shy. So just finishing the playoffs, guys, and this is hilarious. Draft results are in. Obviously, we have every first-round pick, but of course, we have every pick, and still our pick actually missed on all 3. St. Louis there was the one that went first. Arizona 2nd, and New York Rangers 3rd. Even Detroit finished 2nd last, also dropped all the way down. So I just thought that was kind of funny. You guys might notice there, the Pittsburgh Penguins were actually the Stanley Cup champions this year, which is kind of surprising, I think. And apparently Dan Hamhuis just became a head coach, so that is pretty cool. I think Marian Gaborik, I might have saw, just retired. Yeah, he retired and became a scout, so pretty cool, I would say. Don't really need to look at the draft class. Know he's going to be there, plus we're taking them all. I do want to look at the awards really quickly. I just always like looking at them no matter what sim we do. So obviously we'll get to the draft right after this. Vegas, I didn't even actually realize one of the Presidents, and Pittsburgh beat Calgary there in a Stanley Cup final. We know Kuznetsov won that. Oviedo got the Hart. Carlson, James Norris, probably going to win it this year. So Washington's just cleaning up. Backstrom, Lady Bang, Kako, Calder, Malkin, Conn Smythe, Fleury, Vezina, Leonard, William Jennings, though. Cernak, Bill Masterton. So I think I'm right here where this trophy goes to like a defenseman. I'm not sure how they decide which defenseman on a bottom team, if not the worst team. Maybe he's got like, I don't know, not very many penalty minutes, good plus minus, something. Head coach named Kovalchuk on Buffalo wins the Jack Adams. Bergeron, Selke, Ovi, Ted Lindsay, Ovi, Maurice Shard. All right, so finally here, we're going to get to the draft. Again, I'm hoping this doesn't like glitch it out. I know some people have tried this, and they did more than just the first round. I think they got like pretty much every pick, and they said like the draft just crashed the game. So we'll see what happens here. So far, so good, I think. Yeah, we're in it. And look at that. Tampa Bay. All 31 picks in the first round of the 2020 draft. And this is a sick draft, too, to have like all the picks. Lafreniere, Byfield, like there's so many studs here. So we're just going to sim the entire draft. Or I'll sim the first round, actually. Then I can just like look at who we got in the first round. So here we go. Lafreniere first overall, obviously. Made-up dude second overall. Hate to see that. It annoys me so much. You don't need made-up guys in the first year's draft. Another made-up dude is really sick. I think that's another made-up guy. Holtz finally. Raymond. Byfield we get at 7. Lundell, Perfetti, Rossi. Strange is there. Kapitanov. I don't recognize that name. Strutzel's pretty good. Medium elite there. Only 62 overall, but at least they boosted his potential. I think he's right now projected to go top 5. I know I have to change some of the prospect ratings and potentials as well as add some real ones. So this draft's more authentic. I'm actually hopefully going to have that video tomorrow. We get Drysdale at 16, Foodie, Barron at, well, they lowered him to medium top 4, but 18 is still really good for him. Rochette there. I haven't seen Hendrix Lapierre. Does he not have medium elite? Because if he doesn't, I definitely have to change that. He's pretty much guaranteed top 10 picks. So I'm actually going to make one pick here. We need to take Hendrix Lapierre because in real life he's going to be going quite high. Actually, there you go. Scouts like him. We'll take him. There we go. And 61, medium top 6. Alright. You know what I actually didn't even do? I didn't even check if there was like any diamonds in the roughs or whatever, any gems. So we'll check, just to take a look here because we have so many picks. Gunler even is dropping to the second round. I think that's because he's like 61 overall or something. We definitely need to boost that as well. And as it turns out, we do have no gems there. So yeah, I'll take Gunler there as well in the second round along with Lapierre. So that's the only picks I'm going to do. After that point, we will just sim the entire draft. I want to see like the huge draft board of everybody we got. Should be pretty insane. Yeah, not too bad. Especially a couple of good second round picks there, Lapierre, Gunler. Both are going to be like guaranteed, I think, top 15 in real life in the draft. How do you even go over? Yeah. So I'd say not too bad a draft there for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And check this out, guys. Even though Stamkos had to suffer through that one rough year, we now have a ton of players to build around with him. Lafreniere, high elite. Then you got Holtz, Raymond, Marcoux, Byfield, Adamski, Stutzel, Lundell, Perfetti, all medium elite. This Kozanov guy is low elite. I was curious too, maybe we got a medium elite goalie. Fortunately, didn't get that lucky, but we did get 2 medium starters. So Pretty cool to say the least, but that's gonna end it, guys, for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.